Good evening, free enterprise fans, and welcome to another exciting match. Game 2, McBain versus Kyrios in this round of 8 matchup here in the highway to the Zemus 76. My name's Vitasia. I'm joined on the mic tonight with eNinja81. Ninja, how we doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Really looking forward to this matchup. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. It's only the best of the best that are really left in this tournament. McBain, Kyrios. McBain did win his earlier match, so it's win and into the final four for McBain. Kyrios, always a strong runner, and the number one seed from his tournament has to come out here. This is going to be an exciting match. The mod on the flag set is the Looking for Keys mod, so we do have key items available in the monster boxes. And of course, we have vanilla monster boxes out there, so we know exactly where they are. So this should be good. We do have a Rosa start as well, and some interesting objectives as well.
Yeah, I know. I see no moon objectives.
Yeah, that's the big sticking point for me too. When you look at this, it's potentially where we're not going to go up to the moon at all. Although it's possible if we get an early darkness crystal that someone will still make that play. This doesn't diminish by any stretch the power of the the Mac Giant grind that has been very prominent throughout this tournament. Um,
Yeah.
Other things that point a step that stick out to me, we have two tail turn-ins, so two things locked behind the hook. So if we end up having, for example, a hook somewhere on the moon, that would just be hilarious to me.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
All right, but otherwise, this really should be an exciting race right here. Again, both Kyrios and McBain, longtime members of the community. I've been eliminated personally by Kyrios in at least two other tournaments, and McBain always, right here in this like final few rounds in many tournaments. I think even
Oh yeah.
a tournament finalist at one point. So
Actually, I lost to McBain in my group this tournament.
well, I mean, we'll see how we end up going. It's going to be just a fantastic race. The first race I think was pretty close. We'll see what we have up here. It'll be interesting to see how Kyrios ends up changing any routing right now. Because when you're playing to not lose, it's a whole lot different than playing to win. And the problem is Kyrios just absolutely has to win. It's win or go home tonight for Kyrios.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, and we are off.
Who do we get as a second person?
Who are you hoping to see?
I mean, it's a oh, look there, Demus too.
Hey, I'm perfectly happy with the Sid. There's lots that Sid can do early game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he's just great. And he has a lot of equipment that becomes very easily available.
Yeah, no hunting for a sneaky Demus because you know where it is.
Exactly. Doing those Demus checks, in the waterfall cave and in the mist cave, have been kind of niche tactics anyway. But now that we know where it's at, absolutely out the window.
I like Wyrn's comment, chaperone night, huh? No man's keeping
Not
an eye on Rosa.
not wrong. Yeah. So McBain says, okay, I can go ahead and wants to do Dempsey and basement. Probably going to launch as well, just because we have two objectives.
Yeah, and Kyrios is taking the Evelyn route. Means it's vanilla traps. He knows what he can loot.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting dichotomy. There was a dwarf axe there on Kyrios' side. McBain didn't find a weapon there for Sid. Was a little bit interesting because I normally would bank on picking up a Sid weapon at some point. there as well, just because you kind of expected. He has so many axes and hammers available.
I mean, in a pinch, you can also use bows.
Yeah, as our tracker Garrett is pointing out, Kyrios is finding all of the nice items
Yeah, I
right
saw the
here.
Thunderclaw. That's nice for that maybe potential Mech Giant grind.
Change, Crystal, Ninja, Archer. I mean, lots of really fantastic defense sword,
Sword?
crystal armor. Wow.
I mean, this screams like, give me an edge or give me a Cecil.
I think I'd take a cane right now over a Cecil, honestly.
I mean, with the defense sword, yeah. Oh, it's
Dupe Sid.
A dupe Sid.
And yeah, with that, because Sid already starts at level 20, you don't really need to take that fight for experience.
No.
You just say, okay, we're good. And you go right into Antlion Cave, which I think is a great decision there by McBain.
Oh, I totally agree with you on that. Sid by himself should be able to kill anything that's here at the Antlion.
All right, and
Oh,
okay. Yeah, it is
just Water
just the
Hag.
Water Hag. And we have a silver hammer to start with, so I guess we're doing reasonable in terms of starting equipment. But now it's just bulk this guy 3 times. Not exactly great. I want something else to be here, but yeah, sure, I'll take it.
You'd rather have Water Hag somewhere that's not free.
Right. I mean,
Like
I'd much rather see this, on the moon somewhere in a required spot,
or maybe like the Queen spot.
Giant, yeah. Oh, and the Queen spot, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But, we make do.
Yeah. Package. I think McBain will peek it and see what it is.
I think you gotta peek it just because we've gotten a lot of great gear for a lot of different characters.
Yeah.
Well, I know McBain hasn't.
Cecil.
Kyrios has.
Yeah.
I think Kyrios is more incentivized to check it than McBain is, honestly.
Kyrios is taking this fight. That's interesting.
It's good experience. I think no matter how you slice it, it's a decent experience to get Rosa some levels, to be able to do some other things that are a little bit more difficult later.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, McBain is still looting out. Oh, Strength Ring. I like.
Strength Ring, Poison Axe. Great combo right there for our
Elven Bow for Rosa. That's not bad. Yep, she's immediately becoming an archer.
Do not blame that whatsoever. And Sid immediately with that Poison Axe, bandana, Dragoon armor, and the Strength Ring at this point. So we have ourselves a pretty decent starting party here. Kyrios just now getting started. Remember, Kyrios has a lot more gear than McBain does. And McBain looks like is at least peeking it.
Maybe, I don't know.
Both Charm and Fire Claws located in that weapon shop.
Middle swords for sale. Yeah, you take that. I would.
Do you? This feels like a trap. This
I know.
Feels like a trap. So, Cecil
he didn't save.
Still is good. Yeah,
the bad thing is he didn't save. So I think he's gonna have to take it.
Here's why this feels like a trap. Cecil is not the snap take in this tournament
Yeah.
that he has been in previous tournaments. You're probably not going to find crystal swords and Excaliburs all over the place.
I mean,
You're not.
you do have the defense sword. Or no, McBain doesn't. He will.
Yeah,
if
McBain
he
doesn't
goes to
have the
Evelyn.
defense sword.
If he goes
Yeah.
to Evelyn, he will get it eventually.
Well, and it's likely he will eventually
Yeah.
go to Evelyn because we have monster boxes as key item spots. It does commit you to ordeals, which
Yeah.
3 bosses for 1 location.
Yeah.
I don't know. This feels bad, though. I don't know. McBain is also in the position where he's 1 win up. He can probably afford to take the more thorough route.
Yeah.
I can absolutely see Kyrios also checking it and noping out.
Gwern's making a little comment. This also commits to an ordeals that is less likely to hit. But, strange stuff does happen.
You sometimes you just got to go with it.
Yeah. Take a risk.
Oh, and Kyrios is also checking and not saving, just going right into it. What? Oh.
Where did he save at?
Oh, saved before, so he will not have the package, which means, he knows what's there. Man, if this gets down to a 9 versus 10 key item grind,
that's a big difference. Cure 2's for sale in Fabul. That's kind of nice.
Yep. So, really, really interesting.
Ooh, Starvale's for sale at Kaipo.
We start with a few.
Yeah, I know.
So this will be interesting to see how this ends up playing out right now. McBain is finishing up in Kaipo. Meanwhile, Kyrios is, I think, procedurally a little bit more ahead of the curve, doing Fabul defense right now, opting to not only get rid of the Cecil, but also get rid of having the package entirely.
It looks like McBain is actually maybe peeking to see what's at the Baron Inn. Yeah, that he can stay right there. I'm good with that.
This does heavily incentivize that Cecil, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because
now we're looking at not having hardly any characters whatsoever. And maybe we're incentivized a little bit more to go ahead and get that Cecil online.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, McBain's like, I might come back to this later.
Just a ninja shirt.
And McBain is saying, no, I'm going up Ordeals. I want the man.
The man makes sense. We did just see a Leviathan summon orb there on Kyrios' side. So if we get a small child, that would incentivize us to at least level her up for a little bit to let her be useful, as opposed to just completely ignoring her.
Or leave her down as a potential sling target. But with the Leviathan, you're right. She does have some functionality. Ooh.
Alright, McBain showing us Mount Ordeals with the Magus sisters. Just a Darkness Sword. Is it McBain or Kyrios who has the Elven Bow?
Actually, McBain does. He got it from Antlion. Hence the 700 hit with an arrow.
Yeah, and we're perfectly fine with Cecil taking a dirt nap right here. He's not
Yeah.
going to be doing a whole lot of anything.
And those levels don't mean anything after he becomes a paladin.
Here's the problem. These sisters, not that they hit terribly hard here, but when you're going in a little bit under geared, that's enough to one-shot our lower level characters.
Okay, there we go. McBain got rid of middle sister. That's the one you really have to worry about.
Luckily, Rosa being knocked over is not necessarily a big deal. She will still gain experience because she is the hero of the seed.
Exactly.
Kyrios in this vanilla karate fight.
Oh, McBain. Okay. Sit snapped out of the confusion. And McBain's through the first fight.
Life potions looks like available here in the Baron item shop. Yeah, I mean, worthwhile saving here. Yeah.
Back attack sparkle. Oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, at least ain't mass charm.
That's fun though.
I see McBain's just trying to run buffer a little bit to get more actions off.
Get as much damage out there before he starts nuking people. Sid's putting in quite a bit of work though. We're getting close.
Been a while since I've done one of these seeds, and I forget what the HP is here, like 3,000 or something like that.
It's not great. Oh, and the one person you don't want to take that nuke is the person queued up
For the life potion.
for the life potion.
Ooh, that's not the good target either.
Nope. Meanwhile, Kyrios gets through, gets Edward and a lightsaber. So, great weapon for that, Cecil. He's like,
okay, McBain's going to what I would call Wyvern standard time. Drop battle speed down to 4.
Drop the battle speed down. Everyone with on the charm, that will help. Oh no, Kyrios said, hey, let's go ahead and do this package again. Oh, does have the package. Okay, so did save.
Apparently so.
Sorry, Garen. Sorry if I miscalled that. My fault. Sorry.
I think McBain will actually get through it this time. That's actually a good target.
But yeah, much better target while everyone else keeps queued up and keeps on the offensive.
And there we go.
There we go. Firebird Lover asks, have we seen Hobbs? It's like, yep, it's a duplicate Sid. Kudos for McBain for not immediately like resetting out and knowing you could get through that fight just with a little bit better luck.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, he's going to take a save here. I don't know of anything that really scares me in the changing room with a Rosa.
It's Rosa with samurai arrows. Yeah, Gauntlet would be scary. Yeah, Gauntlet would be bad in this position.
Yeah. Just a crystal glove.
See, this is why I say it feels like this is a trap.
I mean,
for
that's
this
turtle.
SE. Yeah, 500. Oh, well. Has to take a third shot now.
Yeah.
Yep, confirmed. Magma key, or, well, not magma key. It's not forced magma. So it'll be, yeah. But our way into the underground is in some monster in a box. So it's either Pet the Flame Doggy in the Tower of Zot or the 3 monster boxes in Epland. You know, both runners are having to do a little bit of backtracking. You know, McBain has had to take that Wyvern fight twice after a wipe. Kyrios has had to backtrack a little bit, get the. He's already gotten the package a second time, but had to redo that cutscene. So
in the bed.
I don't think either of them are feeling particularly good about this seed as of right now.
I didn't see who that was in the bed.
It looked like a twin of some sort.
That's a twin. I mean, depending on which one, I'd take it. Oh, Orm?
Yeah, no, I'm not taking it.
Nah.
I mean, Porm is absolutely better than Edward.
Yes.
But honestly, Edward's just kind of on teddy bear command, as I call it. He's on teddy bear duty. Sit there, take a hit, be a target until you fall over.
Yes. And McBain is going to Fabul, which we know is a Zonk.
Kyrios is a little bit better suited for this. He has a dancing dagger. He's gonna be re-equipping his archer pretty quickly because has mute arrows.
Yes.
No elven bow, but the mute arrows will still do. And while these runners are running over each other's spot, I do want to give a shout out to our behind the scenes team. Not just Garen, our tracker, who we've mentioned a couple times, but also our restreamer, Enja Dave. Dave, of course, rolled this seed, so anything that goes wrong, we blame Dave.
Yes.
Except the refund machine, yeah, that broke a long time ago. And
I didn't even know it worked.
Kyrios gets through that fight significantly faster than McBain did. So while McBain was the first one through Mount Ordeals, it's suffice to say that Kyrios got through that much faster. But that wasn't the gatekeep, though. This is the gatekeep, the Wyrn fight.
And
it hits 3 people.
Yeah. Oh, so it was Mass Charm.
It is Mass Charm. It's a matter of, yeah.
That's bad. Well, when it only hit the one target on McBain's side, I was like, is it single target charm?
Oh, it's back row charm. It only hits those in the back row.
Oh. That's nice. I just wonder something. If Cecil had the other sword, if he struck one of the other characters, would it swoon them?
I think it would have the same rules as the swoon proc before. They would have to be like have just completed it and have an empty queue, I think.
I just wonder.
That's a great question for the community, though. So if anyone knows a more definitive answer than that, to my knowledge, it would do the same check that it would for anyone else. And Wyvern, ugh. But falls over first try, even with that bad targeting on Sid.
Yeah.
So both runners at this point are going to be effectively in each other's spots after their completion of these next fights that they're in. Getting Rosa set up for her solo fight in the closet. Meanwhile, McBain is finishing up his fight up on over in Mount Ordeals. The vanilla karaoke fight, and that is done now. So they are effectively tied right now, have completed the same objectives, and now both know it's in one of the monster boxes. So where do you go from here? Do you have a preference? You obviously have the more checks are going to be in Eplin, but they're a little bit more powerful, and you don't quite know if you can get those yet. But do you give it a shot?
Pet the doggo. You always pet the doggo.
Chat, that's a question for you. Let's get some engagement rolling in this here. Would you pet the doggo first, or would you go to Castle Evelyn first in this situation? We've gotten only one dead-end check so far in the overrule, so nothing is off the table.
Yeah, it looks like McBain is going for Evelyn. See, I don't know. The whole switching to a light sword, I don't know.
I think he's doing this to let Sid use the axe and let Cecil cover, because nothing here will do anything more than a physical attack. Yeah. It's just a matter of making sure, yeah.
As Firebird said, yeah, this party does not. Of course, McBain is going to do this, and he'll eventually come across that defense sword, and that'll probably go over the light sword.
Just got to worry about these black cat blusters. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Kyrios already has the defense sword, so and the crystal armor from checking everything out. He's almost in full crystal gear for a back row Cecil.
Yeah, that's really nice. And boy, those black Lamias or black cats just want to beat up on Rosa.
Not even, not even like paralyzing. They're going straight for the deaths on that. That's a rough Black Cat Lamia fight right there by McBain. And with that, Kyrios is right pulled even, doing the same checks. This one feels like it'll be a little bit easier because we do have the Mage Killer gear between the Poison Axe and the Mute Arrows.
Yeah.
We should be able to get through this one a little bit easier.
Yeah, even though those ogres, they hit pretty hard.
Getting a life glitch in it on McBain's side. He says, yeah, we need some levels.
Got one life glitch in, and Rosa's got Berserk now.
First Stardust Rod, which, okay, I mean, we'll take it.
No one can use it, but why not?
We're just hoping to find a Black Mage eventually. Meanwhile, Kyrios, the Black Cat Lamia fight is going a little bit better, and that's about the best charm you could hope to see there.
Yeah. The real question is, will this pay off?
Question in chat, does Crystal Armor make Cecil immune to Bluster, or is Kyrios just getting lucky? Well, I think, well, not immune to Charm at any rate. Oh, and on the Staleman Skull Chest side, McBain has Cecil, who's been put to sleep. Just Artemis arrows. So we are down to this Staleman Skull Chest or the Fire Doggy.
Ooh. Coin flip there. I like where Dave rolled this.
Or a Sneaky Demist. Well, we know it's not a Sneaky Demist, Firebird, because we know that Demist is at the Beigen spot.
Yep. I mean, it could, yeah, one of the two trap chests left could be the Baron Key, though.
It's true. I mean, whatever it is, we know it's the path to, and that's the path.
So the path is the doggo.
The path is the doggo.
Gotta love it. Like I said, I would have went doggo first. This turned out to be very interesting.
Well, and I think here's the thing, because McBain has the pan, but still hasn't cleared out all the checks yet.
Yeah, it hasn't done the Lamia and the Black Cats, yeah.
Yeah, because took a wipe to that earlier. So these two are just neck and neck at this point.
And then they're going to realize, oh. I'm assuming Berserking Sid. Yeah. Very smart. Using Cecil for cover and Berserking Sid. Because be able to, yeah. Oh, actually, life glitching this fight is actually pretty nice.
I don't know.
Experience.
It's decent experience, but it's not like,
No.
I don't know if it's worth the effort experience.
I don't know.
All right. Meanwhile, Kyrios finishes his final
And McBain is
check
as well.
McBain as well. So they both know. Gotta go.
Yep. They're like, well, time goes on.
McBain started his Evelyn checks just a little bit before Kyrios. Then Kyrios finished it up just a little bit before. I think that's a symptom of the one wipe that McBain did take. While he's in the area, McBain said, hey, let's go ahead and check item shops. Although we already got life potions, and there's not really anything else that they're looking for.
You knew where Star Rails were.
Sid seems to be destined for this party, Elven Sorrow, because he was also located on Mount Hobbs.
Yeah. What I'd like to see, and I guess that technically is possible. Flame Doggo could have the Earth Crystal, right?
Could, but it's the Magna Key.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, we just saw Kyrios get.
Oh, that's not fun.
Yeah, it is the Magna Key. It's. I agree, Garen. Countdown to Hook Panic. Hook is guarding 2 objectives in both the tails. I want that Hook buried somewhere on the moon now, since we don't have to go in there otherwise.
First thing I would do is, I'm assuming the first thing Kyrios will do is probably Pan Bonk.
I imagine both of them. I mean, Pan Bonk is going to be a relative freebie at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want to diminish also doing the Fey March freebie check, because again, there's the defeat the Queen is an objective. So keeping that certainly is going to give you some information. But with K monster boxes turned on, you do have that 5 warrior chest there as well, and maybe you don't want to go do that until you can knock that out at the same time.
True.
All right, so Kyrios, first one into the underground just by not even a minute now. And sure enough, it is going to be that pan check.
Yep.
And that's a great question for Firebird Lover. With monster boxes turned on, there's a lot of monster boxes. There's 7 in total located here in Sylph Cave. One of them is this Toad Lady chest that Kyrios is walking right by. It doesn't do any damage. It's just a long check if you can't somehow mute her. But otherwise, this is 3 checks. This is Pinktail.
I mean, that's an objective.
It's an objective. It's 1/2 of an objective, because we still need that hook.
Yeah. And turning in Shield 1 and 2, Kyrios is. And we'll get some insight on what's going on.
McBain opening a couple of the boxes. It's safe to open them because vanilla boxes are turned on, so we know exactly where all of them are located.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Ooh,
nice.
that's a nice Avenger.
And a ninja
I'm,
star.
okay, yeah. Everything else was like, okay, don't want to see that, but that Avenger is very nice. I mean,
Yes.
that does force you to choose though, because Cecil is your defensive fortress. You
Mm-hmm.
have the crystal armor on him, sit him in the back row, and he can cover strats just through it, just about anything. But he can't cover if he's got Avenger rolling.
Nope. Kyrios is going to get a free heal. Is Kyrios thinking Dwarf Castle?
It would be unheard of. We need a fifth character, and it's right here. There's no better reason or time to do it. You don't necessarily want to do maybe Doofable quite yet. You don't want to do Tower quite yet.
Mm-hmm. Here comes the inventory boss.
It's been interesting, Mike, and I want to get the community's take on this. I think because we've always had the max tier flag set, in play for quite a while. This is the first tier, or first tournament where we've had a min tier, and the min tier 3 has really, I think, increased the number of treasures that the average runner is willing to open to get through. It used to be you'd run like, 12 to no more than like maybe 30. And now, we're not becoming like full-on loot goblins, but it's not unheard of to open 60, 70, maybe 80 treasures in a seed just because everything you get is worthwhile. So has anyone else noticed that about their runs, that you're consistently opening just a few more boxes than maybe you would have before?
I know when I was doing practice seeds of the first part of this flag set, I was averaging somewhere between 60 and 70 boxes. Oh, that's a nice Dwarf Castle 1 fight.
Yeah, Balnat, this is fine. Our tracker says less, but only because he was in the 80 to 100 range before. That's fair. I was right there with you. Yeah, that's the largest doll I've seen ever.
Yep.
Oh, and our Avenger wielding hero is put to sleep as well. That's rough. Yeah, immediately heal that man. And he lands it a second time? Dr. Luge is the luckiest right now. Yeah, welcome Raiders over from John Burkhead. Remember, please no spoilers about that race. I heard it was a good one. All right. McBain also has the Avenger rolling. And made a little bit faster work because was able to take him out fairly quickly. Oh, we do have a Kane, so we have another wielder for that Avenger.
That's nice, actually.
Oh,
I mean, that's
God.
a
Oh,
pogo.
boy.
Well, luckily for this spot, the HP total not that much.
No, and I think the Avenger's going to take pretty quick work.
Want that King alive for the experience.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, on McBain's side, not having to do anything. All right. So we are back to neck and neck here.
Yeah. This is I like Firebird.
Double fists right now, double hands.
I like Firebird. Kane refuses to get experience.
All right, so this key item is.
Hey, it's a spoon.
Edward is useful now. Now we got 4 pretty good melee fighters and a healer. I think we're feeling pretty darn good about our party comp right at the moment.
Where in our trackers, like Edward went from 0 to 5 out of 10.
Need a Porum to replace Sid now. Yeah, Porum to replace Sid would be good.
Actually, I agree with that.
Double White Mage, get the. I mean, we have one Avenger rolling already. Double cast Zerg. Yeah. Veritas Knight, I'm sorry you had to spit out your drink. My apologies to your monitor. Yeah, and now, I mean, we have really just kind of fantastic gear across the board. We have Avengers, defense swords, lightsabers. Sid has a poison axe. We have a spoon. The only thing we're missing is bandanas and black belts for the whole crew. Now we let Cecil do Cecil things to this. Just let him defend. And he's covering everyone while everyone else just kind of does their thing. Let Kane Zerk up, and eventually everything will go down. Kane may not be back row. We do have a Dwarf Axe in our inventory, but I don't know if we've set it up proper. Here's the problem with so many warriors. Uh, you gotta keep that Cecil healthy because he's not going to be covering people for very long. But McBain gets through this warrior chess fight quite a bit quicker than Kyrios, and it is one half of our forge, the Legend Sword. Little minor missteps in this race. Luca key, not an objective, but it is another place that's unlocked in this underground. We talk about the little missteps that are going on, not back rowing your cane or, having to take a quick reset out of one fight. There have been only minor mistakes by both of these runners through this entire race in the first 47 minutes of this race. And those minor mistakes have resulted in flip-flopping of who's in the lead and who's not so far. It's been a relatively linear race, and it's real interesting to see how quick the difference is between these two. McBain going ahead and saying, hey, let's check to see what our spot is. It's a pale dim. I think that pale dim is doable. We have Artemis arrows. We have a Cecil that we can back row and cover, throw a piece of Dragoon armor on him, and he can cover everyone. And the only thing that dragon is going to be doing is physical attacks. Yeah, we got Dragoon armor, Dragoon, yeah.
Give that Avenger to Kane, maybe?
Yeah, Zerk up Kane, let him just go ham at this point in time. Put the RD arrows on Sid, let Rosa keep Cecil healthy, and Zerk up your Sid and Spoonward. And this is a very, very doable Pale Dim fight for this early in the Queen spot.
Yeah, that other spot's not very fun. I know that. Hopefully it does not have to come down to fighting that spot.
Yeah, that would be rough. We don't have a condo. I mean, we have no thunder damage anywhere, right?
I mean, I'm not sure if either one of them knows how to do, the Eddie strats with
I'm fairly certain both McBain and Kyrios could do Thunderstruck, but that can be tough.
Yeah.
I love what McBain is doing here, by the way. He's saying, look, I have an Avenger Kane and I have a Spoonword, both swinging for almost 2,000 a swing. This is, anytime you have any kind of damage going out, you're getting a slow, so I'm minimizing what's going on. Just let the fight go.
And Cecil's just soaking up the damage from Pilgrim.
Exactly. I think McBain is going to get through this considerably quicker. I know there's fewer people swinging on his side, but I think when it's all said and done, the damage per second formula is going to be better on McBain's side.
I like that.
I'm going to be a nerd and talk about numbers.
Works for me. And there we go.
Yep, McBain gets through.
we get to see what this is. Do we have some value? Nope.
Nope. Almost an hour in, 06, no darkness. It's been, our way into the underground. The overworld was pretty barren. Not a lot of key items. Monster boxes had to be there. It was last location for the magma key in Doggo Chat. There just hasn't been a whole lot of progress. We're making the good checks, and I think the logical checks.
Oh, I thought McBain was going to do eyeball chest.
That's where I kind of want to go next. Lower Babel. You have 4 monster boxes that you can do.
You know exactly where they are.
You know exactly where they're at. Now, you're not happy because you don't have any, you don't have a Thunderclaw or you don't have a hammer really to get through it. At least I've not seen an Earth Hammer for our Sid. But
the Silver Hammer would do it if it's berserked. Because it deals extra damage against machines.
And here they are, neck and neck again. And
never mind. Kane just nah.
Kane can just rip through it. Oh, that's a cheeky place to get the tower key.
Nice, I like it.
Okay, 6 checks. And look at that difference. I think the only thing different that McBain has over Kyrios is that he put the strength ring on his cane. Meanwhile, Kyrios has not, and his cane wasn't one-shotting.
Yeah. Tower key in one of the eyeball chests, huh? Gotta love it.
Yeah, I'm sure both of them right now seeing that tower key are like, yes! Because it's kind of a gutsy play to go into tower without the tower key.
Yeah.
But they're both doing the exact same thing. There's been virtually no divergence from these two since we got into the underground.
All that amazing gear for an edge and no edge. Oh. King didn't get killed there. Oh, there's a pass.
Hey, pass. Maybe we won't have to go to the mountain. I'm not kidding. We're going to have to go to the mountain.
Yeah, we are.
We are very quickly running out of locations, though. After this tower, it's Luca Cave, and then we're back to Sylph boxes, I think.
Yeah. You are correct on that.
And King, yeah. King is definitely not attractive right now. McBain opting to do top of tower before doing
Super Cannon Room.
The Super Cannon Room. So that's an interesting.
That's kind of annoying up here. You're supposed to be on the moon, sir.
Antlion? Yeah, in a melee heavy party, this is a little bit annoying.
Especially when you have one that's berserked.
Kyrios gets through the dolls. That might be the worst place for the dolls in the whole game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Not so bad if you have, an AoE caster, but unfortunately, this party's lacking that.
All right, so now that Kyrios is done, he is going to join McBain in this Antlion fight. Giant 1, bad place for the dolls? Nah, Giant 1's fine.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the dolls have a lot of health there.
Yeah, they have a lot of health, but...
I mean, with this... Ooh, there's an objective.
Hey, Twin Harp. Objective!
I mean... I'm liking where this is going. I mean, possibly you'll have to go to the moon. Still, in theory. But I'm also betting that the hook's on the moon.
Well, let's see. We're going to have 2 objectives down. Then we have Complete Cave Magnus. That's 3. So, I mean, we have half of Forge, half of Pinktail. We don't have Rat Tail yet. We still need... I mean, we're still looking for Earth Crystal and Baron Key. Baron Key locks a lot. We know the Baron Key itself locks an objective, but it also locks 3 key item locations, right? Because we have the Baron Basement, we have the Baron Throne, and we also know D-Mist is there. So every boss unlocks a key item spot.
So Baron is kind of like a main thing right there. It could be a factor. I mean, all roads could lead to Baron Castle.
Here's what I'm hoping happens. This is my call right now.
Okay.
We're gonna leave the tower. We're gonna get the Earth Crystal from the room. That way we can do a combo into Twin Harp, into Zot, which is another objective. After we complete that, we're going, like, between one of those 2, we're going to have the Baron Key. And we're going to be able to just roll right into Baron. Do the triple combo all together.
I like it. Let's see what this is. Or even, like, Harp being the Earth Crystal.
If this isn't the Earth Crystal?
Yeah. I mean, Harp could be...
I mean, that'd be fine. That'd be fine.
Just be vanilla.
Sanford. Okay. Well.
And the Sass of Rubies.
Hey, did you want that white mage?
Did you want that single white mage? And as Wyrn pointed out, that is 10 key items, though.
Dude, blinking, we missed it. 10 key items. The underground, I guess, has been loaded, hasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, the overall was basically a complete bust.
Well, there were 2. There was the Pan and the Magna Key in the overworld.
Yeah. I mean, mind you, the Pan was basically turned out to be absolutely nothing. I mean, aside from the Avenger, of course.
I mean, the Avenger was kind of key.
It was the reward of its own.
It's the, oh, I have damage now. That being said, this particular race really has been defined on who makes the fewest technical mistakes. Because it's been incredibly linear. These 2 have followed the exact same path, and I think they've followed the exact same path because that's kind of what the seed has been giving you. It's been giving you a very linear seed. And when it's a linear seed like this, you can't make routing decisions or you can't make gambles or do anything like that. It is literally just who is playing the game at a technical level higher.
Well, I guess Dave did make a point. Yeah, Pambunk was pigtail, so what? Pambunk wasn't a complete bust, but you still kind of need something else to complete that.
Meanwhile, we do have music, so we're gonna take a step back and let the DJ do his thing. And I know some people are going to be upset because Golbez is cutting the music short. But let's be honest. This fight, we don't normally get music for that long anyway. So,
Yeah. What is that song?
I think it's Eyes on Me from 8.
Eyes on Me from 8. I couldn't tell. I almost thought it was the Harbor theme. You know, I'm talking about where they port into the harbor. Okay.
Just Crystal Armor. So we are back to, we have three objectives down. And we are back to Luca, self boxes, or the king spot.
Ugh. Boy. That king spot doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. Because again, we're still without any sort of thunder damage. So I think we check Luca. I think we peek our head. Or okay, McBain, that's cool.
He's gonna go straight for the silk chest, huh? I don't really blame him.
I think when you look at density, this is the right play.
Yeah.
You have the power to do it. Absolutely. Yeah. It's just a matter of, making sure that you're healed up in between the fights. I don't think our Rosa knows float yet. I do think this is also kind of our grind, for lack of a better term, is because we now have 10 key items.
So possibly no mech giants today. Oh, she does have float.
Hey, Kyrios did just buy a ton of lit arrows as well. And this is the most annoying fight when you're not properly set up to be able to sweep through these. These ghost checks are just torturous.
Yeah, unless you're properly anchored with some sort of AoE, yeah. They are horrible.
Getting a mute bell off is great. Love to see it.
I mean, yeah, they still punch.
We do have a little bit of divergence right now. We see Kyrios opting to prioritize
Luca.
this. I wonder if this is the first opportunity, because again, when you're behind, you have to be able to make decisions to get you back into the race. And he is down 0-1 in this race. When it's a linear tournament, you got to do something off the beaten path. I think this is a play for that. There's not many opportunities that have been made to be able to.
Yeah. That was a white shirt, huh?
It was a white shirt.
I like it.
You know, the other thing that would have been nice is if we had somehow stumbled upon a heroin robe, we could be looking at a door grind as well, because a door grind would be too difficult with this party.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Ooh.
Key item.
Interesting. Just a rune axe from that chest.
So far, McBain has gone 0 for 3 in these checks.
Yeah. Wait, they just want to frog the king.
Judge Joe asks, has Toad Lady been done? No. We had the pan in the overworld, so Toad Lady, I mean, the whole pan chain was done pretty immediately after we got underground.
Yeah.
That being said, even though these aren't panning out for McBain, he's still gaining all the levels that he might need. Hanzo steal.
Hanzo. I mean, yeah, Rosa's at Cure 4 now, so that's nice.
No black mage, so we can't warp out. We're gonna have to walk.
Yeah, and you definitely walked that out.
Oh, rope of shame.
Shame. Yep.
She might have. I think maybe we forgot that Cecil was wearing the crystal armor. I mean, we put that on a long time ago because we didn't have any decent gear at that point in time, and he was doing effectively back rowing himself.
Yeah, cover strats.
Oh, rat tail. Okay, so it's not
Sylph has
another
another
half.
value. Where is the hook?
Telling you, it's buried on the moon somewhere.
Oh, I'm assuming, yeah. They got the pink.
I want this ghost now to drop the darkness crystal.
There's one thing I want too, but that's just being so mean to the runner. I've had
This is
a lot of
we're out of the tournament. We can be as mean to the runners as we want to be.
I've had a lot of bad experiences with alt gauntlets at Masa.
Oof.
Fun times.
All right, so this is the 6th monster box McBain has opened. McBain. I said McBain, yeah. Ribbon. Oh no.
No. He'll go back and do the Toad Lady. I'm assuming.
He'll do Toad Lady. The problem is he's not gotten any direction up until this point in time.
Yeah. I mean, put ribbon on Kane's nice for, especially for Toad Lady, because Kane can't be frogged then. I do like the whole thing there.
All right, so we have CPU. This is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing when you have someone zerked up.
Oh, yeah. Because here comes the
And
war.
we didn't safety save.
Oh, really? Yeah, because that back orb has like, what, 6,000 health, I think? Roughly? Because this is Zot 1, right?
Yeah, this is Zot 1.
Yeah. So, yeah, back one should have like roughly around 6,000.
Yeah, Cecil took a nap. We're fine with that.
Okay, Dave's pointing it out. 7,500 on the back orb. I knew the back orb always had more when split like that.
Hey, would you like a Palom now?
Would you like the Quack Kid now? And right now, how the parties are going, the answer would be no.
I mean, I might still trade out of Sid.
I don't know. That other character just takes way too long to get online. I mean, but if, I don't know, for say,
I mean, looks like
Toad Lady's
Kyrios is doing it. Toad Lady is darkness.
Ah, yeah. Ooh, that's kind of spicy. That's really spicy. Yeah, totally was.
And here's the thing.
He's got the levels for the moon.
He's got the levels for the moon. It feels like he just does ahead and does it, doesn't he? Pulls the trigger.
Hits moon. I mean,
yeah.
I don't see any giants being involved today.
Yeah, if Zod is a double or a triple, I mean, we know it's at least one objective right now.
Yeah.
Whatever this key item that Kyrios has will
it makes a big factor.
And actually, McBain's gonna go down. He's like, nah, we're gonna check this. We're not letting a one-off. Yeah. Which I think, in McBain's defense, this is the right play. When you're up 1-0 in a best-of-3 tournament, doing the thorough gameplay is exactly what you want to do.
Yeah. Oh, it's just ninja.
Just a ninja.
Oh. So much steel for the Edge Man.
Maybe he's, on the moon. I don't know.
Yeah. John does make a valid point. Hair dryers and last arm. They are checks.
Well, and this is going to be interesting because I think Kyrios is going to be able to get through these monster boxes considerably faster because he has a Palom who knows quick.
That's true. And
I don't know if we have a ninja hat we can throw on him or a crystal ring or anything we could use to speed him up. But otherwise, I think this is going to be a relatively good position for Kyrios to get through this.
I don't know. I still think it's anybody's race, really. I mean, it's so hard to decide.
And that's how we like it, right?
Yeah.
The round of 8 tournament, at this point, it should be close. I mean, these are really the top representatives of our community going into this tournament. This is what it's all about.
I'm waiting to see if Kyrios picks the right chest first. Because we know all but one is a Zonk.
Yeah, and he's just letting him fly right now. Does McBain chase the Earth Crystal? Absolutely, because that's an objective.
I mean, the thing is, do they both have the pass? Yeah. I don't know. Ugh. With these levels, what I would do, I would actually hit the moon right now. Leave the Earth Crystal for last. But that's just me. It's hard. It's hard. Choice.
See, it's hard because here's the thing, if the Earth Crystal leads to Forge, or if the Earth Crystal right now leads to the hook, for example, you look like a fool going up to the moon and not doing it. So I think you got to do it.
And like Victorious Knight said, it's only one check. The moon is denser at this point.
I think you play against the what ifs, because if you know you're going to have to do it anyway, go ahead and do it. You might get lucky. If it was an objective check like this, like turning the Sand Ruby that doesn't award you a key item at the end, I could justify holding off until you're done. But since it's going to give you a key item, you got to do it.
Yeah. I know. I'm just with the more denser of the checks. Although I would say still, McBain is just slightly in the lead right now. Because he'll make his way up Zonk pretty quick.
Yeah, it's going to be relatively quick. Although you can only get through CPU so quickly.
True. Oof. That's vicious.
Veritas Knight, that's good chat right there. That's being a good team player in chat right now.
Wow. I like it though.
Yeah, Odin is at the king spot, which we only just got Palom. It's entirely possible that Kyrios might do it. I also see McBain not picking up either of these characters because he's already done effectively his grind.
Yeah, because he's already effectively done all the chests that Kyrios is doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got plenty of experience for the moon. And McBain actually got through that pretty quick. I'm assuming a really bitching a Sid for a Palom.
No one likes Sid. No one likes Sid.
Sorry, Elvin.
Sorry, I mean, okay, I shouldn't say. I can't say no one likes it. Elvin loves Sid. But given what we have,
Yeah.
like, it's an understandable trade at this point. We have 3 superior melee fighters, and I can't believe I'm calling Edius a superior melee fighter. But really, he's just a conduit for the spoon.
Pretty much. Yeah, and they're relatively both on pace right now, aren't they?
They're very, very close. It looks like, yeah, we still got to do Toad
Kyrios is
Lady.
gonna do Toad Lady, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because that's where the darkness crystal is.
Yep. And then we're going to the moon. And then things get interesting because there's a lot of... No one has really found a good theory crafting on how to tackle the moon or what's statistically the best in what circumstances. Everyone just seems to have their preferences.
See, me, with how the seats ran out so far, I would hit hairdryer chest. Means it's,
Hair dryer seems attractive. Yeah.
I mean, it's a simple fight. It would give a decent boost experience. It would sling, well, no, he slung his Palom a little bit, didn't he? There. With bangs.
Poor Kane zerked up as a frog. But yeah, he gets a quake off and it's going to be over super fast. But yeah, we don't know what's up on the moon at this point in time. It's really kind of interesting. We know that there's no objectives at this point in time, but hairdryer chest is attractive. I you know what I would do? First thing I'm doing the Enja Dave special. Do you know what the Enja Dave special is?
No, I do not.
Giant trap chest.
Oh, last arm?
Last arm. I'm doing last arm first.
I mean, that's definitely a thing. But that's so far into the giant, isn't it? It's pretty far into it.
Yes, it is. It is a little far in.
It's like halfway in, yeah.
So you gotta save before and then you just let it go.
Oh, McBain's gonna go do K value.
I support K value. It's got a lower HP pool than a lot of other places on the moon.
Okay. I get you. I get it.
Not even checking the boss. He says YOLO.
Yeah, pretty much. If he sees a blue robe, he's like, no, I'm out of here. Oh, that's Dark Elf. That's fine.
Yeah, Dark Elf is perfectly fine here.
Yeah, Light Sword Adventure Cecil. Good.
Yeah, this is going to go fast because I think the magic attack here is actually kind of,
It's not
you
great.
know, it's not good.
No.
Yes! Go Kyrios!
Yeah. Oh. Kyrios is doing last arm.
He didn't set up a grind, so I'm presuming so.
Yeah. Huh. This is interesting. I'm liking it though.
This is, again, I think this is a play you make when you're behind, because this is kind of an off the beaten path check, but
Yeah,
I'm so here for it.
An hour and a half in, you gotta feel like you're struggling or you're behind. I've seen some
All
people
right.
feel like,
So McBain does get through.
oh
Very
no!
key.
Oh no, that's not good.
Do you immediately YOLO out and do that? And you do it. That's the question. You're
I
at
don't know.
4 key items. It's 3 checks though.
I know.
It's 3
And
key
if one of
item
them happens,
checks.
and one of them happens to be the hook. Yes.
Oh, and
or
last
part of
arm didn't
Forge.
pay off.
Or part of Forge. Yes, I understand. If one of them's part of Forge or the hook, that's it. And McBain is going for it.
I totally understand. It's like this is the play that I'd make too. And Kyrios is being thorough. He's hitting the hair dryers too.
I just feel. I was like, wow. This is going to be interesting. I mean, this is going to give McBain a 1-up no matter what because of the basement. But if this is, like I said, if this is either hook or part of Forge, it's over.
Yep. If any of these 3 checks that McBain is about to do will lead to any of the other key items, like if it's we're looking for a hook and we're looking for adamant, is what we're looking for, because literally everything else, every other key item that locks something, we've already gotten.
What was in there?
The adamant. The adamant rock.
The adamant's on the moon. Oh, hair dryer.
The adamant is in the hair dryer chest.
What I said, I would have immediately went and done hair dryers, but
oh no! But Kyrios is gonna do.
He's gonna dive the moon.
He's not doing value.
He's diving the moon. Ooh.
I was gonna say if he did cave value immediately after, that would put him in kind of the driver's seat because he would eventually fall into go mode.
Now, hear me out. Yeah, there's 3 checks here, right? Because you got Demist, Throne, and the basement. Jeez. That's a dense check, really, for... Oh, Edge is on the moon, huh? That's nice. Sorry, sir. Your assistance will not be needed today.
Nope, not at all. Okay, so Kyrios. McBain had... I mean, in order for Kyrios to really have a shot, that means none of these 3 have to pan out.
Yep.
More to the point, I think... Oh, wow.
McBain's just going straight to the basement. Not even checking the throne.
I mean, whatever order he ends up choosing to do it. He may be thinking, hey, I've already got 1 key item from a trap chest.
Yeah.
I gotta focus on just key item locations.
And I get you. It makes a lot of sense. And I mean, those HP levels on his party's not bad. I mean, the Palom's a little
No,
low,
not at all.
but
Well, his Palom's doing in
Yeah.
better shape than McBain's is. McBain's
that's what I meant. McBain's
didn't.
levels.
Yeah.
If he happens to be in go mode, that Palom's a little rough.
All right. And it is
A
just
white
a white shirt. Okay. Starting with Warlock carries.
Let's see. Now McBain's gonna go do the throne.
Oh, poor Kyrios zerked up his Edward, and then his Edward immediately hid.
Oh, hey, guess what? It's Emperor Crocodile.
It's okay. If
No, it
this
ain't Emperor
isn't
Crocodile.
anything, if this is nothing, it's a huge time sink now. Didn't even see what that was. Everyone's like, white shirt, ninja shirt, arrows.
Yeah.
See, you guys didn't see it either.
Yeah, Ninja Shirt apparently, according to Dave.
Okay.
And
I'll believe Dave. Look at that free fight.
Yep.
Doesn't get the stone cast off, unfortunately.
No. Oh, she's a little late.
Yeah, all the power in the party is coming in when it's way too late.
Yeah.
What item is giving Kane Berserk? He's got the Avenger sword on. Okay, there's Meteo for Kyrios's Palom.
Power shirt and a white sword. Ribbon room, no value.
All right, here's the second. Murrah.
There's still one more check.
There is still one more check from that Mist Dragon. Dark Imps, meanwhile. Sammy Bow.
Ugh.
It's still a race.
It is still a race. And I'm like John. If it was me, I would immediately do hair dryers on the moon before hitting LST. If I hadn't already.
Yeah. We called it at like the 5-minute mark of this race. We were like, hey, if that hook is on the moon, this could be a nasty seed. And sure enough,
we're just not sure where it is on the moon.
just a defense sword. Okay. McBain doing hair dryers. This will put
Yep.
him in go mode.
Yep.
Pepito, Kyrios already checked last start, and it was not there.
Yeah.
Hook could be at king. That would be a pretty interesting. We don't know where it's at yet, but we are quickly running out of options. I do believe this is going on Kyrios' side. This is also going to give our his Palom nuke here. McBain will not need. I mean, I think he's going to go with the dynamic trio as best he can and just let Palom fall over.
Yep.
Yep, all of your Sids got traded for a late stage Palom. I regret to inform you, Elvin.
Yeah.
That said, here we go. McBain is going. We are going to get the Forge, and we do have the pass, so we are in go mode. Just Artie Bow. All of these being zonks for Kyrios.
Yeah, he did bottom up, right?
He did bottom up, but keep in mind that all of the monster boxes on the moon are in play.
Oh, that's true.
Elvin Sorrow calling for a Sid weapon. I wouldn't be opposed to a Sid weapon. I think that would be funny. Perseus bow, though.
It's a life staff, but a bow. Pretty much. Isn't that basically like your life staff?
I believe so, yeah. Yep, there is the Behemoth check.
Hourglass 2's in the Forge shop, huh? That's fun.
We are on our way to Zeromus now, folks. We have the pass at 1 hour, 40 minutes. Oh, McBain saying, well, I got maybe a couple sirens I can burn.
Burn them, get a few more levels on.
One siren.
One siren. Still siren. Wow, King.
This is going to be...
bracket.
Yeah, this is going to be tight. Just another white shirt for Kyrios.
White shirts in there.
They're just plain white tees.
The LST?
Yeah, that's two in the LST in addition to the one we already had, I think.
Yeah. And McBain's like, yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. As you guys know, we are a randomizer. We do like to randomize a whole lot of things. The one thing we can't randomize is the boss. In Zeromus's case, he's just a little too beefy. So instead of randomizing the boss, we randomize what sprite he is. Same boss, just new and improved packaging. So we have many, many, many different sprites. I've lost track, and I've stopped trying to guess. We have a question in chat with all these Z flags that are coming in chat, and that question is, whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
And does it have a butt?
I mean, those are the extra questions. Does it have a butt? Is the butt cute? Does it have a hat? Can it do my taxes? Etc., 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 etc.
Can it manage my 401k?
There's all sorts of lore surrounding the butt.
It's true. And I'm looking at McBain's levels, and I'm like, yeah, he's he's in nice levels.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Palom's probably just going to fall over, but
Palom's just going to fall over.
Yeah.
He may get a single nerf off to keep his Sid rolling, but I mean, otherwise his three party is perfectly capable of rolling through here.
I could see using Palom as a just to throw a spell to nerf him first time. After that, it shouldn't be much of an issue.
Here's the problem. That 2 shakes has me very nervous. There's the hook.
Where was it?
It was in this side chest check. So here's the deal. He's not going to have to do Baron in all of those checks, but he will still have to turn in Rat Tail, Pink Tail. Yeah, you do Rat Tail, Pink Tail. You don't worry about Forge.
Nope.
All right, so Chaosmus.
That is from. I'm assuming that's from Sonic. If I remember right. Like Vacacious Knight saying maybe 2 wipes and Kyrios could catch up.
I don't think it's 2. I think it might be 1.
Maybe 1.
Maybe 1.
I just don't see a wipe. Ooh, Eddie taking a little bit more damage than I thought.
Yeah, this is not a free fight. His team is not doing great. His Kane is also oh, look at that. Kyrios also got a crystal sword.
Ugh.
I don't know if that helps him. If McBain doesn't get through this fight, but man, that's a tough sell.
Yes, it is. I think Palom goes down here.
Yeah.
It's looking rough for McBain, though.
It depends on how speedy it is. There's the black hole, so Kane is going to be able to get healed up now. I think he's still kind of in good shape.
Yeah. That black hole really needs to come off.
Yeah,
Rosa.
this is unless he high rolls right now. I think high rolls to kill off Rosa. I think this is very close to being done. Kyrios, though, ran one heck of a race.
Yeah.
I don't get the lifing up. Just
Edward?
Just swing, man.
Yeah.
My guy. Oh, we're still in phase 1.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about this.
Think this is fine? Everybody survived except Edward. I think.
Maybe it's
super
Rosa
high
again.
roll.
If they wrote high roll Rosa. Oof.
Ooh, almost.
Oh, that
Cane.
cane is super.
Yeah, there comes Cure 4 out though. Yeah, 4 health. Ah, it's fine.
This is going to be incredibly close. And Palom has nuke. This is going to be so very, very, very close. Yeah, that Crystal Sword Excal Cecil is just doing work.
I don't know.
And now we have a nuke Palom getting ready to throw stuff. This is not near. Oh my goodness.
This is going to be really close.
Hold on to your butts, as Samuel L. Jackson once said. Every big bang that McBain has to survive, he's clutching because all it takes is a high roll for Rosa to go down.
Uh-huh. And like that last one, Kane almost went down too.
Okay, hold tight.
This is...
White feels like a rough cast right now. Spell animations are slow. Nuke is generally pretty fast, but I want Cecil. Give me all those 7,000 swings. Yeah, trying to get Edward up to do more damage. This feels really rough for McBain.
Yeah, definitely gotta get people up. Cure them.
Just keep the cures rolling and
Kane rolls through with the Avenger, so he's gonna keep swinging anyway. I would just keep swinging.
Feel like you got it at this point. Oh, that's Crash Boom Bang. That's Kyrios. Gun. Come from behind. GG's.
GG.
We thought it was over. The hook came at just the right moment. And there's rocks on McBain's side.
Oh.
That was one heck of a comeback. And we are joined now by the man, the myth, the legend, taking us to a game 3, Kyrios. How you doing, buddy? Has your heart slowed down? I know we gave you 10 minutes.
I say only within the last couple. If it was 8 minutes, it would still be racing.
GG's.
Thank you.
That whole seed, it felt like it was so linear, and I really felt like you were waiting to make your move, and you didn't really get the opportunity until Darkness Crystal, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've practiced some of these Monster Box seeds that have had reasonable times, like hour and a half or whatever, and I know there's been other races that have had that, but I've now run, 5 of them in the last 7 days, and they've all been monsters like this. So, yeah, that's just, last night I was last location on both Magma and Darkness. Tonight, last location Magma, second to last Darkness. That's what it is sometimes. So, glad it worked out.
How much were you hoping that hook wasn't back on that king spot?
Oh, no, if it was the king spot. Well, so part of it was I had Baron outstanding, too. Now, obviously, I would not have found Baron because we talked in the race room over the 10 minutes. I know where it was, but going to the moon, I had another out. So it wasn't just that, but definitely it was better to find the hook because that also gave the option for the Crystal Sword, which came in really clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That
know
made a
if
big
you
difference,
don't
I
get
think.
that crystal sword. I don't know if you win that because it was the time difference is so minuscule.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen game one. Was game one this close?
He took me by 7, 8 minutes. It was actually
Okay.
pretty similar in that, well, let me rephrase that. He got darkness a lot earlier than I did, but we kind of got into the mood at the same time. And he also did top down, and I also did bottom up. And that did not work out as well for me.
All
Yeah,
right, so
it's
this forces a game three. What any lessons learned? I mean, it's going to be getting into the top four. I know you both have been in many tournaments before, so you're kind of an old hat at this. Is it just stick the course and let your route take you through, or are you going to try to change things up when it comes for the next run?
So I think it's a good chunk of that. I think the seed is going to dictate a lot of it. Both last night and tonight, we had Rosa heroes and very little party selection otherwise. Like he might have been grinding on 4, but if he was grinding on 5, it was not a great 5 last night. And we had access to 6 characters. Well, I guess we got Zod eventually, but for the first hour plus of this seed, we had 5, 6 characters available. And you just didn't have a lot of options in terms of how you handle things. If that seed had a Palom or a Iridia early on, and we can Quake or a Leviathan, the cast that have the Darkness Crystal on the way down for the ban, it plays out very differently, right? So there's the option that, there's the option in a hero that isn't Rosa. I mean, there's lots of things that can come up. Moon objectives, we've had 0 moon objectives in 2 matches. What are the odds of that? But no, I mean, it's going to be another close race. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it was originally going to be last night, but it sounds like he's got a conflict, so we might have to reschedule. But whenever it is, it's going to be a lot of fun.
oh, I'm looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, just let us know when it is. By the way, you both, um, I want to ask you, I guess, because you both made the same decision at different points in time. Picking up Palom that late in the race, you didn't have a whole lot from Sid. Was that just kind of, hey, I haven't done my grind yet, might as well pick him up?
Yeah, I had been thinking whether I was going to go back for the Porum in Kaipo, because that can be super useful in these Zerker seeds, and it certainly looked like we were heading that way. But with Palom just available, I mean, at that point, he's not the most useful for the Sylph chests, but he is a little bit useful. And then if you're doing a lot of moon stuff, he gets to nuke really quickly, much more quickly than Rydia does with the 10 key items. I mean, we saw that. So he at least contributed, right? Like, he was not a preferred party. If I had found Edge earlier, I probably could have run with that, but he contributed, which is more than Sid could say at that point. Although the Artie bow did show up, so he would have found his way too.
All right, any other final thoughts popping up, as you clutch out the win and here, I mean, whenever you guys schedule your game 3, but any other final thoughts before we let you go for the night?
Obviously, he's a great runner. It'll be a lot of fun. Thanks to Dave for streaming and running the show. Thanks to Garen for pushing the buttons. Thanks to both of you, Ninja and Matasia, for talking through it. I can't wait to watch it back.
Oh, it was fun.
This one was hype. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a great night.
Yep.
Yeah, and GG's again to our winners. While we're double checking on McBain, looks like he'll be joining us here directly, so we'll get him in here. Yep, and joining us right now, McBain. That was, I don't know, it was a very close race. It was back and forth so much throughout that entire seed. I don't know if you guys felt it too.
Yeah, well, we talked a little, so yeah, and I just heard his interview, so yes, it was so close, I guess. I mean, we did exactly the same thing as last night, basically, so it's kind of funny, though.
Yeah, that's kind of how these races go. You have, everyone has a preferred route in certain situations, and they're going to stick to it. Come, through it all, and you won last night.
Actually, I hate this route, but I felt like I needed to change something. And since it's worked out yesterday, I said, oh, I'll do it again.
You know, well, and it almost worked out today. I
Yeah.
think we were talking through it, and you would get one objective down, so you would only have one more objective to go with that Baron key, and we were thinking, hey, there's 3 swipes at it right there.
Yeah, oh, I got Baron key. I'm thinking he's probably not doing K value again, probably. And if he finds the hook, I'm dead. But there's 3 checks, so I'm going.
And that made perfect sense, personally.
Yeah, it was honestly when we saw you find the Baron key. I mean, we thought it was getting close to done. It was very, very close. He didn't find the hook until very close towards the end. He had already cleared out all of the other basement objectives and was just starting to open boxes at that point in time, when it was at, I think it was one of the stray Behemoth checks somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Behemoth chest.
Yeah, the first chest up, I think he told me.
Yeah.
Going up, yeah.
And even then, I don't know, because you entered your fight much, much sooner than he did. He was still turning in his rat tail and pigtail, and pigtail being a crystal sword.
Of course it is.
Yeah, and that just really rushed him through it. I mean, I think we had got confirmation, like the virus cast was about when he was entering, and then at that point we were like, well, maybe he's got a shot, but it was just so close with that between the two of you in that Zeromus fight.
Yeah, it was sometime. I just wish I did the hairdryer chest first. That would have solved a lot of problems.
Any nerves about that Odin at the king spot in the Fey March?
Oh yeah, I was like, but I didn't think I was gonna gamble this. There was no reason to gamble this, I think. And if he did any stress there, I mean, he finds good for him. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Nah, Thunderstruck is hard to do.
Yeah, it's rough, especially when you do it early. And I mean, Rosa's your anchor, so it's hard to work around that. But game 3, an exciting game 3 coming up. Then I know you guys, I guess, have to reschedule it, so we don't quite know what time we're looking at, right?
Yeah, I just can't tomorrow. So by the time we schedule it, I would be too late.
Hey, you know what? That's perfectly fine. Especially for game 3, you want to be at your best, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and you need it against him, so.
Excellent. Well, any other final thoughts before we let you go on this? I mean, what's been a fantastic race. We want to let you get some rest, though. So, any other final thoughts?
Well, just excited that I get another game. So this is pretty fun. More game, more fun, right? So, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Sounds fantastic. McBain, thank you so much, and GG's to you on just a fantastic race. I hope you look forward to watching this one back.
Yep, GG.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, GG's to you.
Thank you.
Oh, and that is going to do it as we wrap up everything here in the free enterprise community. Highway to the Zemus Zone 6. Kyrios getting a narrow lead over McBain to force a game 3. Final shout out to everyone behind the scenes helping us out. Garen for his tracking, Dave for the restream and work, and of course my co-commentator Ninja. It's always a great time chilling with you over the night. So GG's to you as well.
Yep, same to you as well.
Looks like we're going to go ahead and cut everything, but don't forget tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern time, there is a race going to be right here again Garen, our own tracker right here, versus Pyre.